Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Football Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motion, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge, ProChargeEV.com. All right, y'all. Hope your Friday morning's off to an awesome start. Good football weekend ahead of us. Good start last night with Thursday night football. Jimmy hit with the under. Did not play the Steelers. I'm sorry, did not play the Titans as he suggested. Kenny Pickett now 7-0 in prime time against the spread as the Steelers starter. So one with the under, one with Texas Tech. We hit with Troy, lost with Duke, with the under the Duke game. No big deal there, but a good night. Good night overall for the Otter. 3-1 night for the Otter. So, and a really good NFL game last night. So, looking forward to a great football weekend, y'all. Of course, LSU Alabama is the headliner on Saturday night, but man, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the day of games. You got look. I mean, I've talked about this a lot this week. I think Ole Miss, Texas A&M is fascinating because you have two programs there that are they're kind of posers. A&M fancies itself as a contender. Well, you're already a 3-loss team. If you go and lose at Ole Miss, I think Jimbo's gone. That makes them a 4-loss team, and they still got to play LSU. So I think if A&M loses on Saturday, Jimbo's gone. I think really the way that Jimbo could save his job is to win out. They win at Ole Miss, and they beat LSU. I think they also get a home game against Mississippi State. I should mention that, but I'm just assuming they'll beat State in College Station. But so they go at Ole Miss, home against Mississippi State, Abilene Christian, then LSU. So if they win out, I think Jimbo can save his job at 9-3. If they lose to Ole Miss, then I think they're also losing to LSU, and they go 7-5, and I think he's fired. Flip side of that is I've talked to enough Ole Miss people to know, like, they're sitting there at 7-1, and Ole Miss people believe like that they let one get away against Bama, right? That's their narrative. They let it get away against Bama. Bama was gettable, and they let it get away. Defense played well, and they just, it was their fault. Turnovers, missed opportunities, whatever. Well, okay, but if you lose at home to A&M, and then lose next week at Georgia, and then lose the Egg Bowl, now you're a 4-loss team, and you're not really that good. Or even if you beat State, and the Egg Bowl's on the road, by the way, in Starkville, but even if you lose to A&M, you lose at Georgia next week, well, now you're a 3-loss team, and you're not even in that conversation of playoff, and it's not really a fluke. You're just not good. So, anyway, Ole Miss A&M I think is fascinating. Is Missouri actually for real? We'll find out. They have to go to Georgia. There's no tougher task in the SEC than that right now. And then, of course, we get LSU Bama in the night game. You get Bedlam, Oklahoma State. There's a big clump, a big jumble in the Big 12, which I think is really going to be interesting to watch, not only this week, but kind of moving forward, because you got 5 teams in the Big 12 that are all sitting there as 1-loss teams in the conference. So, and Kansas State is a 2-loss team, and Kansas State is at Texas. That's the 11 a.m. game on Fox. That's fascinating. Bedlam, Kansas State's a 2-loss team, but one of those is in Missouri. They're a 4-1 team in the league. So Kansas State, Texas are both 4-1 in the conference. Bedlam, Oklahoma State, both 4-1 in the conference. So you got those teams right there, and then Iowa State's the other 4-1 team, and they host Kansas, who just beat Oklahoma. So anyway, my point is, huge weekend in the Big 12. Giant college football weekend. Okay, let's say some good mornings. I also have up in there that the Saints added former Pro Bowl linebacker. They had Corey Littleton. Corey Littleton was a Pro Bowler with the Rams and a former Derek Carr teammate with the Raiders. That list of Derek Carr, that list of Derek Carr former teammates is getting long. with the Saints from obviously Foster Moreau, Brian Edwards, Jonathan Abram. I'm missing a couple obvious ones that I can't remember right now. They try to trade for Hunter Renfrow. Anyway, long list of former Derek Carr teammates with the Raiders. The Saints keep adding. So trying to get that ROI, man. $150 million quarterback, trying to get an ROI on him. Okay, let's say some good mornings here. Charlie Cavell, Lowell Cormier. Titans may have a new quarterback in Levis. The rookie from Kentucky looks good. Isn't that also an indictment on Mark Stoops and Kentucky? How the last 2 years they've gotten transfers in Will Levis and Devin Leary, who were supposed to be really good transfer players coming in, and both were terrible at Kentucky. Levis does look pretty good. Bob Poole, Bubba Smith, good morning. Baby Bobby, good morning. 5:30 a.m. road to T-Town. Okay. Deborah Coward, drive safe, baby Bobby. Drive safe, man. Cozy Cotters, good morning, Matt. When was the last time you went to an LSU game? SEC Championship last year. We were in Georgia, went to the SEC Championship. But in Tiger Stadium, I haven't been since the 17 season. Right? The 17 season. Pretty sure that's right. Starting 18. I'm pretty sure the 17 season was the last time in Tiger Stadium. Brad David, good morning. Do you think LSU Alabama series will continue to be played every year? Brad, I do, because it's hard to imagine the TV partners. You just signed this giant deal with ESPN. You're going to tell me you're not going to have the most valuable TV property in the conference. But I also understand that as far as a fair and equitable schedule, if you're trying to go for that, it really depends on the format. Because Brad, if they go to two permanents, when you scrap divisions, Bama's two permanents are going to be Auburn and Tennessee. So if we get to a schedule where there's three, then LSU becomes the third, much to the chagrin of Nick Saban. But I think it would happen. Wendell Norman, Brett DeGrow. Good morning, Matt. Lock of the week. Matt Plavidal, Jerry G, Tim Gotro. Good morning, y'all. Guy Brooks, what's up, everybody? Rebecca Clare, good morning. Cajun Country, morning, Matt. Cautiously optimistic about LSU's chances. Jaden Daniels always gives you a chance. By the way, the Atticus Luna is very earthy, not exactly my favorite. Got it. So the Actius, that's right, Actius Luna. So I saw, Sean, I saw your text last night. I did reply. It was late, though, so my apologies for that. But I am interested to try it, though. I do like heavy hoppy IPAs. So that's a new one from Paris that he's pointing out that Taylor Calandro highlighted on Wednesday. Guy Brooks, is Emory available for Saturday? Yes, Emory Jones is available. Will start at right tackle for LSU, which is really good news. And so you've got your full line intact, and you also were able to get Lance Hurd, some good experience. So good deal. Jason H., good morning. Pete P., Southeast Texas, after further review. Yeah, man. Brad David, that would be crazy if A&M really buys out Jimbo's huge contract. I only think it's crazy, Brad, in terms of context and what you believe is a lot of money. And I know I've pointed this out before, but A&M has so much money they could tear down their campus and build a new one out of solid gold and still not run out of money. Rich people don't become rich because they make a habit of giving away their money or not being responsible with their money. But so I'm not saying it would be easy to just stroke a $70+ million check. And I'm sure it wouldn't be all in one fell swoop. It would probably be paid out over time. But with Texas coming in the conference next year, and with Jimbo, his only successful season being the weird one-off in the COVID year, it's proving more and more that's the outlier. And if they follow up a 5-7 season with a 7-5, well, yes, that's an improvement. It's not going to be good enough. Abner Neal, good morning. Gorilla, good morning. Black Goatee, good morning. One of my favorite actors was Brian Dennehy. Tommy Boy, yeah. Let's see. The place where the Red Elephants play is Brian Dennehy. That I know. You don't have to tell me that. I know. The former president of the university and the former coach. I know. Brian Dennehy Stadium. I don't understand why people are so confused by that. Gorilla, what's more probable? The cornerbacks having a breakout game or the D-line handling business? Also, what is more crucial for victory? Defensive line. Because I've resigned to the fact that you're not going to be good at corner. So the D-line needs to stop the run and pressure Milrow. If you can stop them from running the football and get pressure on the quarterback, then I think you eliminate a lot of their offensive punch. Maybe more importantly, their ability to control the football. C-Mac, what's good, man? Did you catch the overtime of the Zachary Catholic High game last night? One of the more interesting back and forths with officials I've ever seen. I did not, C-Mac. I saw the score, and I saw the final play where Bradford got the pick in the end zone. I was following along a little bit on Twitter, just kind of checking the scores and everything, but was not kind of locked into it. So no, but I'm not surprised because when I talk about all officials being bad at their jobs, high school officials are a different level of awful. And respect to all of them that give their time, and most of them, they're not doing it for anything more than they love the game, and it's not like it's a financial boon for them doing it. But boy, I've seen some absolutely horrific things in all the years of calling high school games. Officiating is horrifically substandard. So I don't know what happened, C-Mac, but I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by whatever you tell me. I actually have on video one time. Catholic it was a game I was calling. Catholic's in a goal-to-go situation. They're like at the 1 yard line. And the line judge, right? So standing at the pylon, watching the play like down the goal line. He turns around because some kids behind him are like throwing a ball or something like that. He turns around and the ball snapped and the Catholic kid gets in the end zone. Like, I mean, it's not even close. Like, he gets in, like, 3/4 of his body is laying over. It's not like was there a knee down. It wasn't a close play at all. Like, he was in. And the guy turns and realizes he missed the play, and so he starts running in and he starts doing this. Like, one arm as if he's down and two arms. He starts going like, and he just goes down and mark him short. Like, excuse me? You didn't even watch the play. It's crazy. They scored on the next play, but anyway. Whatever you tell me, I believe. Let's see, Jason H. I thought Hendon Hooker went to Tennessee. He did. What did I say? We're talking about like the Kentucky transfers. Leary. I said so. Will Levis last year and Devin Leary this year. 2 transfers that have been kind of terrible at Kentucky. Another win for the Pelicans. They're on a roll, man. Beat the Pistons last night. Let's go. Second of a back-to-back, too. Barry Jocelyn, good, what's up from Fort Myers? Currently 65 and sunny on the way to 84. Okay. Jason Mobile, good morning. Off topic. Ruckus has the Jordan 1 low 85 neutral gray. I saw it. Super comfy. Looks clean white shoe. Grabbed my pair yesterday. Okay. Might swing on in and snag it, Jason. I saw it on their social media, and I'm thinking about it. Okay, Tiger Diver, happy Victory Parade Friday for the World Champ Texas Rangers. You know, that's a little bit of a bummer. I didn't know when the parade was, and I was thinking about calling Josh Smith today to be our celebrity guest picker. Uh, but if the parade is today, my guess is Josh is not going to be in great form to be on the radio around 5 o'clock this afternoon. Brett, good morning. T-Bob had me ready to run through a wall this morning. Okay, I'm not sure what he said. I'll have to go back and listen as long as it wasn't vulgar, and I'm not going to get calls from the FCC. Larry Gardner, Trivia Carter. Let's see, C-Mac. They finally got the call right, but only after Catholic's coach had to dig in a bag and find a rule book and call timeout to show the officials the rule. Like, he literally had to find a rule book? Oh, God. Yankees should go sign Will Smith. I'm waiting for Jordan Fear Pack 3s coming out Thanksgiving. I didn't realize Will Levis went to Tennessee because I thought Hendon Hooker went to Tennessee Titans. Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. I misunderstood what you said. I thought you meant the Tennessee Volunteers. Okay. No, Hendon Hooker went to Detroit. So he's backing up Jared Goff with the Lions. Will Levis is with the Titans. Last year, the Titans drafted Malik Willis. Well, I guess 2 years ago, and then this year they drafted Will Levis. So they've got Tannehill, Malik. I just said Malik Willis. Sorry. So they drafted. So they had Tannehill. They drafted Malik Willis last year, and then this year drafted Will Levis. But Hendon Hooker's backing up Goff in Detroit. Let's see. Bob Poole, Bubba Smith, Garland Harrell, good morning. Charlie Cavell, a win against Bama and Tuscaloosa would be a seminal moment for this team and program. Charlie, I would tend to agree. So LSU hasn't won back-to-back in this series since 10 and 11. The regular season game in 10 and the regular season game in 11, the 9-6 game of the century. So yes, to win back-to-back would be huge. It would put Brian Kelly at 2-0 against Alabama. And it would put LSU with a clear path back to Atlanta, winning the West for the second consecutive year. So I tend to not overreact to stuff like a one-game sample, Charlie. But I do agree. Because as great as the LSU run has been over the last 20 years, it has still existed in the shadow of Alabama's dominance, where Saban's won 6 titles since 2009. And it would certainly speak to LSU emerging from that shadow. Garland Harrell, Matt, do you drink your coffee black, no sugar or cream? Yes, black coffee. And I didn't always. This is actually a relatively new thing for me. I always would put like a little bit of cream and a Splenda, but I don't know, like several months back, like this is literally within the last year. Several months back, we were at a restaurant and we ordered dessert. I always get coffee with my dessert whenever we go out to eat. Like if I order cheesecake, I'll get a cup of coffee too. And I just sipped it black, and the coffee was fantastic. And I was like, let's just try doing this. And so that's what I do now. Aaron Hornsby, Darren Bone, good morning. Headed back to Pigeon Forge this morning. Do you think Matt House can save his job? Probably not, Darren. I think I just acknowledge what this team is defensively. And I don't think at any point they're going to be great or even really good. I just hope that they can be good enough to complement this great offense. So no, I don't. I don't think Matt House will save his job. I mean, I would love to see it. I mean, I would love to see them turn it around and figure it out and be awesome. Bruce Parker praying for Visigoth T-Bob on a victorious whiskey and wine tomorrow night. Eric Hart, what's up? Craig Duga. Matt was sporting the baby Joker look from Next Friday movie yesterday. That Next Friday was so good. I like Next Friday a lot. Day was. This is a controversial take. Chris Tucker as Smokey was not as good a character as Mike Epps playing Day in Next Friday. Why'd you turn his music off, Tanya? Mimi. Gotta march to the beat of her own drum. Let's see. All right. We're just about done. As always, shout out to Brock, Badger Rugby Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Man, I got 1 minute. All right. Josh DeVille, don't understand how Fournette was at the house till now. Because he had the luxury of being selective and didn't need to just go hang out on somebody's practice squad. He got to go to a good team that needed running back help. Craig Duga, how's your hunting going, Scone? Got Stag Decadence, Russell Reserve 13. They're releasing Russell Reserve 15 soon. Pretty good. I have gotten a Blanton Straight from the Barrel and a Weller CYPB. So pretty good so far, Craig. Pretty good. Greg, Kelly Gross, Vernell Thomas, good morning. At this point, we allow Jalen Smith to be coached from my practice squad. Really didn't give him a real chance. You know, Vernell, I talked about it yesterday. If you're interested, go to the AFR Saints YouTube channel. I talked about it. I'm kind of with you, but the reality is you didn't need Jalen Smith because Demario Davis and Pete Werner have been awesome. And you're grooming younger players at that linebacker position. So, and Corey Littleton's followed a very similar path to Jalen. So, Brandon Hoyt, Jimbo Walker, Auburn. Let's see, you said Auburn week is your favorite week personally. Is this your favorite week professionally? Oh, you mean LSU Bama? It's just a different week, man. Just because there's so much attention on the game. So to that extent, it's pretty cool to have like a heightened awareness on the game with the team you cover. So that it is cool. It always feels like the stakes are more. So Matt McGuire, Jeff McKithen. All right, y'all, I got to get going. My apologies. All right, y'all have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. Please, YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Facebook, please like the Matt Scone page, share the post. Shout out to Brock and Hudco. LSU Dailies Live. We'll see you for AFR 3. Peace.